Hey guys, Cheese9000X here, bringing you some very disheartening news, at least to me and some others. Bionicle Generation 2 is over. I didn't think I'd have to make this video now. I thought it was going to run until the end of 2017 at the very latest. Quite frankly, I'm sad to see it go. There was a lot of potential for it, and now it's not happening. But something I do see a lot of is the question why. Why was it cut off so prematurely? Were the sales bad? Or what happened to the 3-year story plan? And the idea of this video is to serve my answer or ideas on what killed Bionicle Generation 2, so to speak. One immediate reason I can think of is the marketing. Bionicle wasn't marketed enough. Yes, there was webisodes and Netflix series, 2 mobile apps, but there wasn't enough out there. Aside from it existing on the shelves, in terms of advertising, there was nothing. Nothing on TV, well, maybe every so often, but nothing on TV, no posters, no anything. They'd get a page or two in the Lego Club magazine, and there was a magazine, like a separate Bionicle magazine. That magazine was the biggest advert that there was. There needed to be more of that kind of thing. More magazines, more of a presence in the Lego shops, more advertising on TV. But that's just my honest opinion. I don't know if that would help anything. I don't know how Lego makes their sales. Enough rambling on the marketing sides of things. Another thing I'd like to point out is the supposed 3-year story plan that meant Bionicle would run until the end of 2017 instead of 2016. My thought on that's plain and simple. 2017's story was blended with 2016 just to end the line prematurely. As I said, it's premature considering how much they were building up Makuta, and I will get onto him later, the Shadow Realm, the Mask of Ultimate Power, etc. But the story would have ended up where it did anyway, with Toa sealing away Makuta for good and returning to the stars, ending the line. This leaves us with numerous unanswered plot points, like what happened to the lower half of the Mask of Time, where did the Toa come from, what's the deal with Agil, and is there a Toa of Light somewhere? But the biggest thing about not lasting until 2017 is we never got an official Makuta set, and we probably never will. There is a physical build that they had created for Journey to 1, complete with a prototype Mask of Ultimate Power, that would have probably come out in 2017 alongside whatever else 2017 would have had to offer. This set was taken to a convention and deconstructed, and there were pictures taken. I will link those in the description as well, so you could build it if you had the parts, but there will never, it kind of fills in the gap, but there will never be an official Makuta set with an official Mask of Ultimate Power, in spite of the fact that those two things were the big villain, big evil things of the entire line. Ultimately, I think I'm just sad that it's over again. I was around when Generation 1 ended, and that was ultimately heartbreaking, but when I heard it was coming back, I was absolutely ecstatic. Unfortunately, it's over again, and all too soon, in my opinion. But for everything Generation 2 did wrong, like the marketing, the story condensing, and everything like that, they did a lot of things right. They took the character-creature building system and took it in a new direction, taking it away from the ball and socket joints and putting geared action functions and more technic-oriented builds into it. And I honestly hope that new direction carries into whatever original construction line comes up next. Another thing that I think they did right, and this is a controversial opinion, I think they did the story right. It wasn't a grand 10-year-long epic story like Generation 1 had, and that was to be condensed for the most part, mostly because it was easier to follow, but it had a lot of potential. Given the extra year of 2017, they probably could have fleshed out a bit more than they did in 2016, and they could have lasted a bit longer, maybe 5 years. Aside from the Toa's journey, there were numerous things introduced to the side, like the Protectors protecting the villages, and the Mask of Time, and Akimu and the Mask Makers, and a few other things. It looked like they were trying to prepare something for 2017, but we'll never see any of it. But in terms of Bionicle ending as a theme, those are just the sets. I think Play Stippling said this better than I did, but Bionicle sets ending doesn't mean Bionicle is over. Sure, the Generation 2 story is over, Lego aren't going to produce any more of that, but if you create MOCs or write fan fiction or make art or videos or any kind of Bionicle media, then it's not truly gone. It's not truly over. Bionicle was more than a line that LEGO created. It was a legacy. One created by LEGO that we, as the Bionicle fanbase, we have to continue that. As long as you create something related to Bionicle, it's not truly over, even if the official side of it is. Bionicle will continue to go on as long as you make things. I think that's what I'm trying to say here. But that's just my thoughts. Honestly, even though I'm sad that it's over, I'm mostly satisfied with what we got. I like the sets, I like the story. The only things that I personally wanted that we never got was a Makuta with the Mask of Ultimate Power, Bionicle in LEGO Dimensions, and the Mask of Time as a physical piece. That's all I could really ask for at this point, but we're not gonna get it, and I'm just gonna have to make do with that. So, in closing, I think the marketing was the prime factor for killing Bionicle. If they gave it another year, it could have been better and maybe longer. The lack of Makuta set is probably the worst thing about it ending. Ultimately, as I said earlier, we have to continue the Bionicle legacy. Onwards to whatever comes next in the construction world, and hey, maybe in 5 years we'll get a Bionicle Generation 3. Whatever happens, just make sure the legacy continues through marks, art, films, whatever. She's the 9000X, signing off.